Hey Sean.
Hey Josh.
Well, welcome to another installment of Willow World. I'm here with Shaun Klann. Hey Sean.
Hey Josh, how's it going?
I'm going great. Good to be here in New York. Sean's our president here in North America, and he's going to share with you a little bit about what he does and what we're doing here in New York. Sean.
Yeah, thanks Josh. So Shaun Klann head up the operations for Willow in North America and Europe as well. Really excited to be here in New York. There's so much activity going on inside of New York, so many cranes in the sky, so many major developments going on, and so many great trusted partners that we're working with here. So we've had the great opportunity to work with some of the world's largest portfolios and largest customers here in New York in a real intimate partnership way to solve some very perplexing problems that exist in our industry today.
Yeah, it's really great. I mean, it's awesome to be able to partner with these organizations, and great credit to the way in which we're partnering with groups like Microsoft to make this happen. But as you say, there's a lot of cranes here in the sky. You often say to our customers, you've got once in a sort of lifetime chance while the crane's in the sky.
Totally.
So what problem are we solving there specifically for some of the really big developments here in New York, and why have the owners grabbed a hold of that?
Yeah, I mean, to the point, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity when you're building a new development, a new building, to think about it in a digital way. And if you miss that opportunity, well, what are you going to get? You're going to get your data scattered in many different places, Excel spreadsheets and 3-ring binders and things of that nature. So, we're definitely seeing this shift of digital transformation in all industries. Real estate's no different. So in order to make that shift into the digital world, we have to have an underpinning foundation of a digital asset.
Right.
In order to do that, we have to drive towards this new evolving concept of a digital twin. If we're thinking towards the future, we have to look towards the past a little bit, or we need to at least start with the first inception of when a digital artifact is created inside of a project. And that's in the design phase, and then that moves into the construction phase of how we're handing over the information through the supply chain for the operators.
Obviously, owners of buildings don't just have new buildings. They own a lot of buildings. In fact, I heard a stat the other day, it's maybe over 90% of buildings are already built. So surely with the problems that we're having to solve aren't just in new construction. Mm-hmm. Perhaps you could talk about what owners here in the US, and particularly New York, are excited about with respect to digital twin technology on their existing buildings.
Yeah, so early in my career, going back to the late 1990s and early 2000s, we were connecting some of the very first buildings up to the internet.
Okay.
So that was a long time ago, but surprisingly, most real estate assets still are not connected to the internet. There's no common data schema that exists to take advantage of all these new third-party applications and industry movements and mega trends in this space, whether it's AI, machine learning, blockchain, all these things.
Right, we hear a lot about Industry 4.0, but what you're saying is that Industry 4.0 sort of doesn't exist until we've got our buildings connected to the internet, all of them, not just the new ones.
Yeah, it's impossible to even think about blockchain or artificial intelligence unless we start with some type of underpinning foundation on what's the digital strategy, the digital enablement policy, and how do we get that. So from this legacy world of existing buildings, which are, of course, proprietary systems, old systems, data scattered all over the place, how do we get that prepped and ready for Industry 4.0?
Wonderful. Now, just a question back to Microsoft, and what excites you about that partnership? And there was a recent announcement at Realcomm that I think was hugely important for the industry. Why do you feel that was important? What excites you about that relationship?
So if you look at where Microsoft is investing $10 billion, $5 billion in the space of IoT, and $5 billion in their own campus refresh.
Yeah,
right?
So they're living it.
They're living it every single day. They're investing in it, and it's an investment that's going to really change the world. It's going to change the industry. It's going to change the planet.
It's very good. And what excites you about this time of the industry? What excites you about the partners and customers we're working with here in North America?
Well, you said it. What excites me is the partners and the customers.
Right.
Without them, we wouldn't have the success that we had, but we wouldn't be able to change the industry without their forward thinking and their commitment to working through these problems together and doing it together. So that's exactly what excites me, is that, the problem to be solved is resonating with the customers. They've lived it and breathed it for the past 20, 30 years, and we're solving it together.
Yeah, and it's fair to say that New York City is the international home, the world home for prop tech.
Yep.
And the owners that have come together in a like-minded fashion of backing companies like Willow and seeing them as pervasive technologies that can make an impact for the internet century. Willow is the digital twin for the built world. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Josh.
Look forward to speaking to you again in a month's time. Keep running.